Alright everyone, we are just 3 days away, technically less than that, from South Park joining the Panderverse, airing on Paramount Plus. That's really going to be one of the biggest events by Comedy Central, South Park Studios, and their parent company Paramount Global, as Trey Parker and Matt Stone are doubling down on mocking woke Hollywood and the concept of race and gender swapping that has been done endlessly in film and television as of late, and it also takes a direct jab at Disney as well. This is Mike Zero. Subscribe if you're new, and like this video to see future updates. I'm also on Twitter at Mike01. I thank you also very much for the great and kind support. Now, we've been covering the ongoing drama happening between the Disney heads as well as the Comedy Central heads about Disney's concern about the Panderverse impacting their business on film and television, as well as streaming. I mean, it's been an ongoing issue, and Disney essentially lost all of the actions that they took, either legally or, going up against the creators like Parker and Stone, to no avail. Disney had no say in the matter because, let's face it guys, parody is legal, it is fair use, they can do whatever they want for the most part, and what they did in the upcoming Panderverse episode or event is genius. Now, what they are doing behind closed doors that's going to take yet another jab at Disney is going to be revolutionary in 2024. Let's discuss. Now, as you all know, Parker and Stone are relentless. These guys do not care. They don't care about anybody, any country, any entity, or corporation or studio that goes against them. They're gonna do a parody on whoever or whatever they want to in South Park, and that's why this show has been ever evolving and successful. However, on top of this, with South Park joining the Panderverse set to air on October 27th on Paramount Plus, one major development that has to do with Disney will come across as a big surprise by Parker and Stone behind the scenes and what they have been doing behind closed doors. As it turns out, one crucial update after Disney attempted to take legal action against Comedy Central and failed, and South Park Studios as well, about the Panderverse episode, and how that utterly failed, is that now Parker and Stone are reportedly hopping on this opportunity to mock this drama that happened in an upcoming event and/or episode in the near future for 2024. This is something that was quickly approved by the Comedy Central heads and was greenlit this week after Parker and Stone made a significant pitch for a full-on event and/or episode dedicated to all the Disney drama that happened, including the drama they had to deal with in multiple meetings about Disney's concerns over the Panderverse episode. Now, this is where things get interesting, is that reportedly, Parker and Stone want to double down on making this Disney special quite meta when it comes to South Park, and that it will be an episode or event that will be completely different in nature, that has not been done before in history. Comedy Central now, of course, fully intends to create both cartoon Iger and Chapek, the CEOs of Disney, as well as a full-on parody of the steamboat version of Mickey Mouse to have some kind of a confrontation with Mr. Mouse, aka the boss. Now, the pitch by Parker and Stone is that once the steamboat Mickey Mouse enters the public domain, they are going to go all out with that version of Mickey to have some level of a storyline to fight against the current Mickey Mouse depicted as a greedy, self-absorbed version that South Park had done before in previous episodes. Parker and Stone are now doubling down to mock Disney's failures. Now, all of 2022, 2023, and even 24, ranging from Star Wars, Marvel, and even the Disney live-action remakes. The proposal that was greenlit was so large behind the scenes at Comedy Central that they even warned Disney ahead of time that they are planning to have both Mickeys butt heads in a future episode as far as parody, and Disney is not happy one bit about this. Now, this pitch, of course, on top of everything, this pitch is something that Parker and Stone are doubling down on. Now, guys, let me just say one thing about this, is that this single-handedly goes to show you that Parker and Stone are on a mission to making Disney's shenanigans known to the normies out there, to the people that may not be invested into all the drama that has been happening behind the scenes and happening publicly, mind you, by Disney. And, you know, I think that once this actual episode debuts next year, and also once the Panderverse episode is going to be most definitely one of the highest rated events on Paramount Plus, this is really going to reach a lot of people to a different height, to a different level, to the point where I think a lot of people are going to begin to wake up about all the nonsense that has been happening over at woke Disney and all the agendas being spewed at by Hollywood. And you're going to see, I believe, a turn of the tide quite rapidly in 2024. Now, moving on, South Park Studios is on a mission to keep on mocking Disney as long as they remain in the spotlight with their ongoing failed attempts with the general public. Bob Iger and the board already held another meeting with Comedy Central and tried to reason with them to prevent these parodies from happening. However, Comedy Central refused to dial back on any of their material, as Disney can't do anything legally with the use of parody. Disney is still warning Comedy Central that if they lose significant subscribers on Disney Plus due to the Panderverse episode, they are willing to take action against, of course, Comedy Central to find a way to prove that they are to blame. Already behind the scenes, Comedy Central is actually finding that premature ratings are already skyrocketing for Paramount Plus as more and more people are already subscribing, as they are beginning to realize an uptick in subscriptions via the Comedy Central analysts. So here's another thing about this, is that analysts over at Comedy Central, they are seeing a significant uptick in the number of subs for Paramount Plus. And I think that's really impressive, the fact that so many people are jumping on that streaming service just to see this Panderverse special. A lot of people are doing the trial, other people are, you know, sticking with Paramount Plus indefinitely, you know, for however as long as they want to, right? Until they get bored with the streaming service, which I think at the end of the day, given that South Park is already more popular than Disney at this point, they are going to dominate Disney. They are going to dominate the current status of Disney, and they're going to make it more known to the general public. And here's the other thing about Trey and Matt, is that we already know that Trey is going to be coming back as the voice of Mr. Mouse, aka the boss. The fact that this was approved behind closed doors at Comedy Central, that you're going to have two versions of Mickey Mouse in a headbutting situation in a future episode for 2024, as well as both Bobs, Bob Iger and Bob Chapek. Chapek being the previous CEO, Iger being the current one, in a parody event in the near future. So you got the Battle of the Bobs and the Battle of the Mouses. That's going to be a big focus by Parker and Stone. And it's a goldmine to South Park, it really is. I mean, it really has come to the realization that South Park Studios and Comedy Central are taking full advantage of mocking Disney because of how much of a failure they really are, especially throughout this year. So, anyway guys, drop a comment below, fill me in below in the comments what you all have to say about this, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel, and I will catch you guys next time.